everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Annalisa from Creative Curious Learning and Living here on YouTube. And if you are new here, I am a homeschool mom to 3, almost 4. I am expecting my 4th baby at the end of March. So I'm currently 35 weeks pregnant when I'm filming this video. So that is coming up quickly. Still seems far away, but I know it's coming. And my older 2 are 7, almost 8, turning 6 later in the year. And then I have a 3-year-old, and she is just tagging along doing activities, and I feel like she's listening and learning as we go. But in today's video, I am a part of a collab hosted by Davene from the Chaos Homeschool and Shauna from Homegrown Homeschool. They have put this collab together with lots of homeschool moms to share the topic of what we don't do in our homeschools. So there is so many different homeschool methods out there, things you can add in, things you can do. And it's okay if you don't do them all. I don't think I would have time to do what every homeschool mom does. And especially with different seasons of life, it's going to look different. I have a lot of littler kids. My oldest is only in grade 2, and then my other son is in kindergarten, and then I have a 3-year-old, and I'm going to have a newborn in a month or so. So life is busy for me right now. It's different, and with littles, things are busier in some ways, and even as your kids grow, I'm sure it's busy and it's different, and you don't need to be doing everything, and that's okay. So we put this collab together to ease your mind, like you don't need to do that, or maybe this will give you an idea of, hey, I want to add that into my homeschool. That's what I've been looking for. So there will be a playlist listed down below in the description box, and you can check that out. Get ideas of maybe something you want to add in, or things that you've been feeling bad that you haven't added in. You can get peace of mind that that's okay in the season of life that you're in. It is okay to not do it all. So I have 5 things to share with you today. So in no particular order, the 5 things are: I don't lesson plan. I love open and go curriculum. I've been using it since day 1. We started kindergarten with my oldest. He has never been in public school, but I really don't lesson plan. I have a curriculum that is, read this story, here's these science lessons, and I just kind of have a plan of, okay, we need to accomplish this subject on this day and this subject on this day, and if we don't, we move it to the next day. And our math is open and go, and we just do 2 to 5 pages a day, depending on how the kids are feeling, and that is my plan, and I don't write it down. Every once in a while in my planner, I will write down, oh, we finished on this page, but I don't lesson plan. It's just not how my brain works. I need open and go. But it is okay if you do this. I kind of wish I kind of lesson planned, but it doesn't work for me in this season of life with so many small children. It just, somehow I keep track of it. We write the date on all of our work, so we know where we stopped, we know when we did it. And it just helps for my planning, my brain. And we also are a part of an independent school where we do reporting. So by writing the date on all of our work, when I do need to put in reports for that helps me as well. And yeah, so that is the first one. And the second one, we do not have a formal homeschool room. We have a small basement suite that is 3 bedrooms, and we have almost 4 kids, so we need all of those bedrooms for sure. So yeah, our living room, dining room space is our homeschool room. It's partially in the dining room, partially in the living room. Then we have a craft room off to the side. That is for me. I am also a card maker and scrapbooker and like to make home decor projects here and there. So I have a space, and then my boys have a tiny space in that same area so that they can do melting beads and different art projects that are messier over there. And that's part of our homeschool. So it's right in the midst of everything. It gets crazy, it gets messy, but it's fun. And it's when we have friends come over, they just really get to see the heart of our home and our heart behind homeschooling, and I really like that. And we just get to enjoy our space, and we get to make it cozy, and we make it work, and we make it super organized. That's the whole thing about not having a homeschool room. I guess having a homeschool room, you would want to feel organized and set it up really well, but definitely when you don't have a homeschool space, is setting it up, making things work for you, and finding different ways to make it work. I would love to have a homeschool room, but I don't have that option right now, so that is okay. And yes, then we do not do nature studies. There's so many different nature journals and different studies out there, and I love the idea of it, but I don't see my kids right now in this season of life sitting down and drawing pictures in nature and really appreciating that. Like, we'll go grab leaves and all of that, and we'll go for walks, and we'll look at the trees, but we don't have a curriculum or these fancy books or journals. That's just not their thing. They'd rather be running and exploring and being kids. And not that it's a bad thing to do those things, but my kids are not focused like that in that setting, and that's okay. And we are not involved in a co-op. We have a co-op that is actually run by a friend from church in our area, and we have been invited to it, but I just haven't felt ready to go with all of my kids, with my youngest being 3, and now we're expecting a newborn. We also only have one car, so getting to the field trips is just not convenient. I do have childcare if I need to take just the older ones, but it just hasn't felt right in this season of life. And we get together with homeschool friends and different things, and have friends that are in the public school system that we see. So I just don't feel like it's necessary in the season of life. It's something I would like to explore for the future. There's so much focus on, are you involved in this group, and this co-op? And I don't think you need to feel bad. You need to do what's right for your family in this season of life. And right now, I don't want to be running around like to all the events. And that brings me to my last point. We are not involved in tons of extracurricular activities outside of our home. We have one thing that we go to outside of church during the week, and that is a boys' Bible club, when it's like a program run through a church that we used to attend, and it's like boys and their dads. So they go every Wednesday with their dad, both of the boys, and they get to hang out with other kids and hear Bible stories, play games, and all of that, and they love it. And it's one night a week. We're not running around. We have talked about putting them in sports and different activities, but they haven't really shown an interest, and they're so little, and I don't want to pressure them right now. And my husband's work schedule is a little bit crazy, and he gets home late, so to be running around when it should be bedtime, and I don't have access to a car during the day most of the time, so it just makes extra things hard. And even if we did, say, add in another sport or another thing, I would only want to do like 1 or 2, because I do not want to be out every night. It's just not who I am in general, and it's something we will have to explore and adjust to as the kids get older and have more interests. But yeah, we have that one thing, and it really, really works for us. And then we'll have play dates and different things in between that. But it is okay to not be busy. It is okay to stay home and pull out a board game or sit and relax as a family. Find ways to be at home as a family. That's okay. We don't have to be running around with our heads feeling chaotic. I know that I just couldn't do it, especially with a 3-year-old and just bedtimes and all of that. It's too much. So that is what we don't do in our homeschool right now. We are enjoying the ability to be home. We get out here and there and we see friends and family, but we're not running around feeling all like stressed, like we need to get to this event, we need to get to this event. And I like that. I enjoy our home. It gets messy, it gets chaotic, it feels cluttered sometimes, but having those organizational systems in place really help me feel put together and happy to be home and not running around. So those are the 5 items or 5 things that I came up with that we don't do in our homeschool. If you do some of these items, that's awesome. Like, these are great things to do, or if you have a homeschool room, that is awesome. We all do things differently, and that is okay. But if you don't do these things, you do not need to feel bad. every season of homeschool and life with the kiddos is going to look different. So I hope that this video encouraged you in your homeschool journey and maybe gave you some peace of mind if you've been thinking, oh, I don't have a homeschool room, so I can't homeschool my kiddos. You can homeschool your kids with very little. They learn so well. Learning is everywhere. You don't need an actual formal curriculum, though it helps, to appreciate nature. There's so many different ways to do it, and we need to find ways that work for our families, that work for our kids, and that work for us, because you need to have something that helps you teach your children in the best way possible. And find the ways that work. And if you are a Christian, then pray. Like, God, how can I equip our home and our homeschool for this season of life? What do I need to add in? What do I need to take away? Give me peace in my homeschool space and help our homeschool thrive, help my children thrive. So that is all I have to share with you today. Definitely check out the playlist down below for more what I don't do in my homeschool to give you a peace of mind about your homeschool and how it is going. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Here on my channel, I share mostly homeschooling, but cleaning motivation, home decor. I love to decorate our home for all of the seasons and just mom life in general. And we are a super creative family, so I'm hoping to share more creative projects on my channel in the future. So definitely stick around, join us on our homeschool journey, and hopefully we can inspire you along the way. All right, check out the playlist down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.